Hey, what's happening everyone? Today marks the 51st day since I got this awesome smartphone, the Galaxy S7 Edge, and I'm going to share my GS7 Edge experience, so stick around. There are several things that I like about the smartphone, and I'd like to start off with the design and build. This is the sexiest smartphone in 2016. Very stylish, futuristic if you would, and just a head turner. For the first week, I personally had a rather awkward, if not a hard time, pulling this out of my pocket without even drawing attention from other people. There were a number of instances where people, particularly my friends and relatives, would say, "Is that the new S7 Edge? Wow, can I hold it? Can I take a look at it?" Stuff like that, and I mean, I can't blame them. Just look at that 5.5-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED Dual Edge display. Those curved edges both front and the back. I mean, it is just gorgeous. And hey man, the S7 Edge is done with Corning Gorilla Glass 4, both sides for improved and better drop and shatter performance, which makes the device pretty durable. But I would still recommend a gel case or a customized skin of some sort, since the device can get a little bit slippery from time to time. Every time I'm using this phone, whether it be texting, browsing, watching videos, playing games, or taking pictures, I often find myself mesmerized by how stunningly beautiful it is. It really has that premium feel on the hand, you know what I mean? No protruding lines, and it fits perfectly on my hand thanks to the 3D curved glass feature and the sleek design. Now, talking about taking pictures, next is the DSLR-like dual pixel camera. Now, I am certain that you've seen those S7 Edge reviews from several tech channels here on YouTube, and you are quite familiar about the f1.7, and this is for the brighter and clearer pictures in low light conditions, and to me that is a major win in the competition. But on a personal level, the dual pixel technology is where this device draws a line between that quote-unquote that phone and this phone. Now, Samsung even claims that the GS7 Edge has the world's first dual pixel technology sensor, and I mean, take a look at that autofocus. It is unbelievably fast and accurate. Even recording a video is impressively seamless, thanks to the video stabilization feature, I guess, on the phone. Now, I am recording on a full HD 60 frames per second 1920 by 1080p, and it is a personal preference setup, because I don't want my videos to be that large in terms of its size. But with the kind of setup, full HD 60 frames per second, I still get a decent high quality videos out of it, so not a big deal. But you can still record your videos on several setups, like full HD. It depends on you, And I also want to talk about gaming. Now, first of all, I am not a heavy gamer, I only have one game installed, and that is Asphalt 8. And if you're like me, who made a profound leap from Samsung Wave Young to the GS7 Edge, man, you'll definitely be blown away. Playing heavy games like Asphalt 8 is fast, smooth and fast. Another thing that I like to mention is this cool feature called Game Tools, and this provides the gamer extra options while gaming, like no alerts during the game. It locks the recent and back keys to avoid unintentional exits, minimize the game, and you can also record your game. Pretty convenient feature for every gamers out there. Now let's move on with this small thing that I love, and this is the USB adapter. I refer to this as a small thing because I think only a few GS7 Edge owners uses it. And again, this is a personal preference, I use this to basically just transfer my contents, most of the time videos, from my device to a USB flash drive. I love to hike, and I like to consider myself outdoorsy. And every time I record my hikes or just random trips, I always carry the adapter with me, so I can transfer my content or back it up, that kind of thing, on the go without any hassle. And it also serves as an additional extended storage space, that kind of thing. Pretty convenient and damn useful. Now let's just go to the system tweaks that I made. I'd like to call this my personal GS7 Edge optimization. The device is a beast, sporting in a 64-bit octa-core processor with 4 GB of RAM that makes the GS7 Edge experience super fast. I mean, lagging and system crashing are yet to be seen, and multitasking is just superb. We'll get into the multitasking features later on. Now I want to show you the adjustments that I've made on this device, starting with the battery. The smartphone rocks a 3600 mAh lithium-ion battery, and to me it is more than just enough to get me through the entire day. You may as well notice here that I've disabled the fast charging feature, and this is because I don't really need it for now. I use fast charging if I really need that fast charging. Let's check the power saving mode. I always turn this on. I think this is my main battery tweak here. I always keep a Wi-Fi on the entire day, and that takes a considerable amount of battery juice. So in order to balance it, I use power saving mode. This is limiting the device performance, it limits the vibration feedback, and restricting location services. But over here, I don't want to restrict all the background data that is running, because I need my Wi-Fi, the mobile data usage, the email and other apps that rely on network connection. So the thing is, I'm still making full use of my applications while on a power saving mode, which is really good. And here I can see my battery usage. It is comforting to know how your battery juice is spent and what application is taking most of the juice. So from 100% I can see an estimated matrix of my battery life, and you notice here that there was an abrupt decrease. I think this is because of me playing Asphalt 8 around 1 AM and coming back up because this is me, I think, sleeping. So I think this is an awesome feature. You can actually predict and be able to calibrate how you use your device. Here are the recent applications that I opened, and as you can see, my display and Asphalt 8 were two applications that really consumed a lot of my battery juice. Another feature here that I want to share is the ultra power saving mode. I've used it once on a hike, and we went into this awesome waterfalls, and it's also where I put the GS7 Edge to the test. I will add a link to that video on the description area so you can go check it out. And spoiler alert, I took a selfie under a 200 feet waterfalls using the GS7 Edge. Now you know what the GS7 Edge is. It is IP68, meaning it is water and dust resistant. Now taking that kind of selfie will surely put the GS7 Edge into the test, so go ahead and check it out. So basically, the ultimate power saving mode will only let you use 3 applications by default: message, phone calls, and internet. And this is very useful when you're down to less than 10% of battery and recharging is next to impossible. Perfect for shit hits the fan scenarios or shit hits the fan situation. You really need to get that one important call, so use the ultimate power saving mode if you really need to. Thumbs up to this one. So moving on with the Smart Manager. What I like about this one, it is a quick and instant flush, sort of a refresh of the device. You see here that I'm using 81% of my RAM, and I only have 703 megabytes available, and I don't want that. Now what I want to do here is to clear and force stop all applications that are running, and we can do that in just a few taps. I simply tap ends all and it's done. And here you can see your storage memory and how many you have available. So moving on to the display section. Now again, this is how I tweak things here. With the brightness level, I use the automatic setup. Now I've heard from various tech channels here on YouTube to never set your brightness on auto mode because it will consume twice your energy, something like that. But I pay no attention to those remarks. It's just, it's not every time that you're in a well lit room. Now I want my display to adapt and be able to adjust automatically on the environment that I'm into. Font is pretty much set into default, display scaling is standard, screen timeout is on 5 minutes of inactivity because I also read articles here. The smart save feature is off because I don't really need it, and to me it's a bit gimmicky. My night clock is on, which then shows on the curved edges from 12 midnight to 8 in the morning. LED indicator is on and the screensaver is turned off. And finally the screen mode. You have 4 options here, but I go for the AMOLED Cinema. I want that rich and vivid color, that sharp pixels on the display. You can go with adaptive display, AMOLED photo, or just basic, it's your choice. And I hope that you see how I balance everything here. Moving on to that edge. Now I use the edge feature a lot, like a lot. It's interesting that many GS7 Edge owners said that they don't find this feature useful and they consider it a bit gimmicky. And I don't know why they said that, but it is irrelevant. My experience with the edge feature in a nutshell is efficiency. I have my People Edge where I put my important contacts. It's just a swipe and a few taps to make that one important call. I also got the S Planner here, and even my friends were in shock when they found out that I am using the S Planner. And of course my frequently used apps. So the question is, how do I use the Edge feature? Well, let me make a demo. Let me just make a quick demo here. For instance, I am in the gallery and I am just, basically doing my thing, scrolling down or reviewing what's inside. And then I decided to check my Facebook. I can easily do that using the Edge screen, as you see here. Easy, convenient and fast. So I'm on Facebook doing my thing, then I decided to check my Instagram account. I can just use the Edge screen instead of going to the home screen and look for my Instagram app, which is obviously takes more time, Then I can go to Twitter. Same story, easy and simple. So I'm here just doing my thing, then I go to YouTube. Going to my favorite apps has never been so simple and convenient. So you see here, I got here around about more than 10 apps running, and everything is just super smooth. And guys, remember that I mentioned about multitasking feature, right? Now I want to share the multitasking experience with you. The GS7 Edge offers a whole new and unmatched multitasking experience, and I personally use it a lot. You see here that YouTube is resized in a smaller window, which is kinda cool, right? I can move this anywhere I want on the screen. So I'm going to make a quick YouTube search for cheaper S7 Edge. And let me just open my Facebook here using the Edge screen. Make it a smaller window, let's drag it here, and basically just, do our thing. Now I have YouTube and Facebook open at the same time. Now if I want to, I can turn this one into an icon, some form of a ball icon. I can do that as well on YouTube. Now let's open my Instagram account, make it a smaller window, drag it here, and turn it into an icon. I can open Chrome, make a quick search, and let's go with the S7 Edge. So as you can see here, I am using the Edge screen feature as well as the ability of this device to multitask. And again, everything is smooth. It's just awesome. And also the reason why I have the assistant menu enabled is to allow me to refrain or somewhat restrict myself from using the home button and power keys. I am very particular with key deterioration, so I don't want to damage or abuse my keys, including the volume buttons, of course. So if I want to lock the screen, instead of using the power button, I would use the assistant menu instead and lock it that way. And to unlock it, instead of using the home or power button keys, I use the edges. Then I proceed with the fingerprint scanner. But of course I don't need to do this routine forever. That would be absurd. Again, this is just to prevent me from abusing my buttons. So going back to the multitasking feature, to really make things even more amazing and even more interesting, we can actually combine two applications. Now let me show you what I'm trying to say here. So, Facebook and YouTube. Drag the Facebook application like that. Drag your YouTube on the bottom and you have a split screen right away. We can also interchange the two here. So you can do your thing on Facebook and watch a video on YouTube. Similar with the Instagram, drag it on the button portion and there you go. Do your Instagram while enjoying this 4K video sample. So let me just go ahead and enable the auto rotate here so you can be able to really appreciate this. Hold on. Boom. That's what I call making full use of that 5.5 inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display. My god. It is smooth, super fast, superb design, long battery life, the IP68 water and dust resistant, the DSLR like dual pixel camera technology, brighter lenses and image sensors. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? It is just the ultimate smartphone today. Now the GS7 Edge experience was and is truly amazing beyond definition, guys. And I'd like to wrap this by saying thank you so much for watching this video, and I have to include this one. If you are asking me where to buy a cheaper GS7 Edge like this, I can hook you up only and only if you are living here in General Santos City, Philippines. So yeah, that's it. And remember guys, always keep safe, and I'll see you on my next videos. Cheers guys.